However, I'm a firm believer after the individual I talked to today that called me that you and your listeners really flooded the telephone systems, and it made a difference. And I owe you and your listeners a debt of gratitude.
Well, thank you, sir. That's a feel-good story. I appreciate the call. And, yeah, there is great power in numbers. I mean, we can shut down a phone system, as you saw with Alex Jones and CPS just a couple of weeks ago. And they tried to say, you shut down the 911 systems. No, we gave out the public number. Had nothing to do with 911 at all. You see how they try to demonize us? You know, we had Luke Radowski on with Manny Badillo of wearechange.org out of New York last night. And that video is starting to make its rounds with Manny Badillo and Senator Gillibrand. And Fox News ran a hit piece on them. There's a couple right-wing hit pieces on them. They don't like them having effects. They don't like the fact that he was able to come up to this woman in a suit, ask some intelligent questions, and she didn't completely dismiss him and say, get away from you, kook. And as well, she shouldn't have. Our concerns are not only legitimate, they're vital. Remember, our entire foreign and domestic policy is still based on the lie that 17 people from Saudi Arabia, 2 from other countries, 19 people from the Middle East hijacked planes and rammed them into buildings. And that's why we're in Afghanistan. That's why we're in Iraq. That's why we're still kind of goading Iran. I know that Obama went over to Saudi Arabia to lick boots today. And that's a really unbelievable thing in itself. In Fabled Enemies, we have Bob Graham on the record, one of the lead counsel in the original congressional investigation, admitting to the fact that foreign governments were involved. In his book, saying that the Bush administration did cover up the Saudi Arabian tie, especially the financial one. Knowing about the Pakistani connection, he had breakfast with General Mahmoud Ahmed in Washington, D.C., the man who wired $100,000 to Atta on the morning of 9/11. So Graham's well aware, but we're all just so still in denial. Oh, it can't be real. The government loves us, Jason. Meanwhile, a new bin Laden tape is out there. Give me a break. An audio tape, of course. And the mainstream media just parrots, oh, he is alive. He's talking about recent policy. This has to be a real tape. No videotapes, just an audio one. The last one we saw, the last videotape, was that horrible, dye my beard, sexy bin Laden, which was a far-off camera angle. I mean, could have been faked. Let's be honest. We're living in a digital age, folks. Meanwhile, The Onion pokes fun at digital imagery, and there's this Onion story out there where it's, attack on Golden Gate Bridge, green screened, and it's this future terrorist attack, and they're joking about it, saying it's all fake, and people are using Final Cut Pro 6 in order to use terrorist attacks. It's quite ludicrous. All right, let's jump to Cherie in Texas. Cherie, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason. I was just going to ask, when people that are in total denial, they just say things that they've heard on Fox News or whatever, Hannity or Rush Limbaugh, when they just parrot what they say and they don't even know what they're talking about. Like, we need to put economic sanctions and different kinds of sanctions on the Muslim world.
Or that the Muslims want to bring in a new world order. Yeah, I thought that one was hilarious.
Or that they're taking over the world. We have to stop them from having so many babies. What? I'm sorry?
Well, it is about population control. I mean, we can have headlines in the Times of London where these elites meet in secret, Rockefeller, Oprah, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, eugenicist Ted Turner, and they want to curb overpopulation. IBM's building a smart grid where we're going to use less power, but they would never hurt us. They would never poison us. They just want mandatory vaccinations for everybody.
And they're so stupid. They think it's just for the Muslims. They think that...
Well, throughout history, that's what they do.
But it's for everybody this time.
Well, it was for everybody with Hitler, for instance, and I thank you for the call. They started out with the communists. Ooh, the communists were bad. And then, of course, they segued that into the gypsies and the mentally ill, and now it's the Jews. But then it was everybody who wasn't working and dissidents, and they'll put you in a camp. They'll put you in a camp, a death camp, a work camp, who cares? A camp where you have no individual freedoms. You are no longer a human being. You are a piece of filth, slave in their eyes, and you're not you. You're a slave. Do you know what being a slave is? Do you understand? what the servitude that these people in Guantanamo Bay and Abu Ghraib are suffering from right now? Being raped on a regular basis, being tortured. Oh, I don't care, Jason. They're terrorists. You don't know that. The majority of people out there can't name one person in either prison. I'd be lying to you if I said I could name one person that's still in those prisons. I guess Khalid Sheikh Mohammed got put into those prisons after they tried him again, and the other 3 cronies that admitted to attacks that were absolutely and completely impossible. I mean, they only waterboarded him 183 times in a 3-month period. Yeah, and again, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed captured and killed a couple times before the final time. So it's in question whether it's even the real guy. Some guy who looks like a, half Italian, half Indonesian plumber out of New York City. And that's not funny, but it's true. All right, let's go to Matt in New York. Matt, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason. I've just been woken up probably about a month ago, but I've just moved from Colorado, so I've been hearing this DIA stuff since I was in like 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That horse actually just went up that last year.
Yeah.
And everyone was freaking out about it, and it should be coming down soon. Mm-hmm. There's been so much up. Everyone's pissed off about it in Denver.
It's pretty crazy looking, man. I mean, it's number one, it's huge. It's very Christian,
these
sir.
Red eyes, and it's right when you're driving up, and it's like glaring at you. It's supposed to be like honoring the Denver Broncos or whatever, but it's not even the Bronco colors. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. If it was honoring the Denver Broncos, it would be a white horse with an orange mane, not a blue devil horse with electric lightning going through its body.
It's disgusting, but I mean, the entire DIA thing is ridiculous. Like it was finished with construction for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
My dad told me this when I was in 5th grade, and I've been looking at it ever since. It was finished. Construction was done for 2 years, and they spent about I think $1 million a day in city taxpayer money just working on a baggage claim issue.
Well, a lot of that stuff is probably funneled into black ops, and just the place is a very dark place. Gargoyles all over the place. That one painting that Jaron showed is really the only the tip of the iceberg. I thank you for the call, Matt. We're going to go to Lynn, Jesse, and others on the other side. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.